Dear students, today we'll discuss about design of belts. You are all familiar with the open belt drive, cross belt drive, okay, closed belt drive, all these things. Okay, V belt drives. You are already fundamentals. You know about the fundamentals of this belt drives. Uh, so now I'm going to start with this design procedures. Before going to start with the design of belts, let us see what exactly the meaning of this design of belts. Then you can easily understand why you need the design of belt. And you have seen that maybe you have been surprised to see the thing. You are thinking that why what is the necessity of designing the flat belts, because flat belts is just a material. Okay, a manufacturer will manufacture the belt, flat belts or V belts or whatever the belts from the materials like balata, camel hair, leather, etc. materials. So you might have thinking that what is the design in that belt. So you should know about before the fundamentals of this before we want to start with the design things. Let us see once. This is the two pulleys, where it is wrapped or connected with a flat belt drive. So this is since it is moving in this direction, the clockwise direction, this becomes the tight side and this becomes the slack side. Use the bigger pulley. So usually it will be denoted by capital D and capital N for RPM and diameter, or sometimes this is smaller dia, small d and small n, or sometimes d1 or n1. Here it is d2 or n2. Okay, remember these things. Okay, this is the driven pulley. This is a driver pulley. This is a driver means where it is connected to a motor, electrical motor kind of things. Where in switch off the motor, this will first is the prime thing where it will go into source. We are going to start this. First this portion, this pulley will rotate. Then the belt will transmit the power, and this whole thing will get rotated. Okay, this is how the power is transmitted from this pulley to this pulley from the belt drives. Based on the distance, we are going to use a different mechanism. If the distance between these two pulley, like the transmission part, is very less, then we'll go for gear drives. If it is more, we'll go for belt drives and chain drives, etc. Okay, let us go to the design aspect now. What exactly the design of belt? What you are going to design? If somebody tells, I want to choose a material, I want to choose a belt, flat belt for transmitting a power of 50 watts, then how do you select? How do you design? You take randomly, you cannot select the material, because that material should be capable of transmitting 50 kilowatts power from this portion to this portion without much losses. So how you are going to select? Based on the power transmission capacity and the angle of contact. Can you see this? As the angle of contact decreases, this power transmission will be good. If the angle of contact more, then you can see the more of waste or slips kind of thing. So that we need to be very careful in designing the belt design. When somebody asks you to design a belt for 50 kilowatts, you cannot give the material of 50 kilowatts. You cannot design for only perfectly for 50. You should be able more than 50. Then only the material will withstand that thing. So what exactly the meaning of that is? If somebody asks you for 50 kilowatts, give me a belt drive for 50 kilowatts, then you should select more than 50. More than 50 means what? 51, 52, 53, 60, 80. How you select? Then you should select very clearly based on the service factor, angle of contact, all these things you should consider. Then application you should consider. Then you should tell this material will withstand. You cannot randomly tell more than 50 means you cannot go for 100. That is also a wrong design. Then you should select based on the service factor, how much usage this pulleys will work, whether it is a heavy usage or medium or low usage, based on that, and what kind of application. Then service factor, all these things from the data handbook you should consider, angle of contact, everything. Then you should give a proper dimensions of the belt. It may be a length, thickness of the belt, whatever it is, right? We'll start with this. We'll go to the design procedures of the flat belt drive. First step 1, that is, you already know this formula is very familiar for you, that is N1 by N2 is equal to D1 by D1. This is D1 actually, sorry, D1. Next, step number 2, velocity pi dn by 60,000 that is, you know this formula. Next, step 3 comes the centrifugal stress. Centrifugal stress, you know that whenever this the belt is rotating, there is a centrifugal force or centrifugal stress which will develop inside that. So for that is the formula. This some of the few fundamental formulas you are already aware of this. I'll just go through that. Even this formula you will get it from this 21.36 data handbook. Next, step number 4, sigma 1 minus sigma c divided by sigma 2 minus sigma c, that is equal to e to the power of mu theta. This is one of the formula to find the mu value or mu value from this equation. Since all these values will be known, so here you need to find out the mu. That is the coefficient of friction between belt and the pulley. So you need to find out this mu value based on the means theta value is known, c value is sigma t value is known, sigma 1 sigma 2 value will be known. So you find out mu value. From this mu value you can find out k also. Sometimes I'll explain this complete concept in the while solving the problem. Okay. Next step is power. This is one of the important, as I told, in the design procedure, power is a very important criteria, important step. So what is that power? You should find out power per millimeter square. Power for millimeter square. That is equal to sigma 1 minus sigma c divided by into k into v. Velocity, this is a k factor. I will show you one of the things here. There is one more formula here. Power transmitted per millimeter square of area, that is equal to P by mm square is equal to sigma 1 minus sigma c divided by 1000 into kV into kilowatts per mm square. This power is different. There is one more power. I will tell you that there is. I'll tell you that in that while solving the problem. Let us see the different types of formulas here. Step number C, area of the cross section, that is equal to total power divided by power per mm square into service factor. As I told, this service factor will be available in the data handbook. You should select wisely. Then step number 7, that is length of the belt. It may be open belt tray, cross belt tray, whatever it is. So that formula will be available in the data handbook. That also you need to check with this thing. Based on the d value, c value, if you know that, center distance, complete length, you can find out. Step number 8 goes to the theta value of, you can how to find out theta value. Is a formula for this that is available in 21.10 data handbook. So this is all about the different formula which you are going to use it in the design procedures. In the next class, I am going to solve this with the one problem, so flat belt race. Then you will understand what is the importance of designing the flat belt race. Okay, thank you.